everyone, welcome to my goals for 2026 video. I have been thinking long and hard about this. I'm usually very bad with setting goals because on the whim I just can't come up with anything. But I really tried. And I think I have learned a little bit from my last goal video, which I did not have a chance to achieve. I know that now. I think I know a little bit better what I can expect from myself. Okay, writing goals. The first goal I have is to continue to release 3 to 4 books a year under my Isa pen name, which is my main pen name. And I think this is achievable. I have done it the last couple of years. And I do not want to release more because I think the quality will just suffer if I do that. And I need to have the time for writing. I do have a backlog, or I couldn't do that, but I still need to have the time to write in advance. I need to have the time to edit. I need to give ARC readers, beta readers, etc. the time. I need to give my editor enough time to edit, etc., etc. The process takes a little bit of time, and I do not want to rush the process or the quality will really suffer. What I did not voice into a goal last year, and I don't know why, was to kick off more than one series. My Silver Lake series is my main series, and I wanted to kick off at least one other series, I think. I cannot remember my own goal anymore. And I did that. I started with my Broken Maid as book 1 of the Healing Bonds series. And my goal for this upcoming year is to alternate between the series, to write one book here, then one book here, then one book, and just go in a circle basically, and not neglect any series. The third goal is to release 2 books under my second pen name, Isla Rain, and I don't think I can do more, and I don't think I want to do more. 2 books a year for a second pen name is fine. These are shorter books than under my main pen name, so I think it is doable considering I'm writing full time. I don't think I could do that if I wouldn't be writing full time. But again, I do not want to, rush the process too much, but I think 2 books a year is doable here. The next goal is to release a bonus chapter or bonus story on Patreon/Inkitt once a month. I wanted to do that for the whole last year, but somehow I do not know what it is. I have such a block up when it's about bonus stories. I don't know what people want to read, and when I don't know what they want to read, I don't know what they want, what I should write. I'm not sure if that makes sense. It's because I do not start from anew. I want to create bonus chapters readers will like to read as bonus. And I think how I'm going to do it is, instead of thinking, extra chapters, extra content, and a chapter just about these 2 people, I think I will rather focus on making like bonus novellas and take this couple people like or readers like and write a small story around them. I think this is easier for me to do than writing a simple bonus chapter. And I actually think this would be more interesting to Patreons and Inkitt subscribers anyway. If you watch this video and you're a subscriber, feel free to tell me what you think about this. To give you an example, I am thinking about, because it was pretty high demand, to write a novella for Jace and Janice and their backstory, and also a novella for Knox and his mate for their backstory or their story in general. And it will just be short. It will be not more than 40,000 words. It will have a couple of chapters, but that's it. And I'd rather do that than just write one simple chapter about Knox and his mate and a random scenario. But tell me what you think. Please tell me what you think. The next goal on my list is to really establish a routine. And I went full-time a couple of, I think 2 or 3 months ago. And my current problem is that my mother is in hospice, so establishing any working routine is a bit difficult, and I do want to give her and me the time that to spend a little bit time with each other. And I do not want to stress me through the process. I'm very, very thankful that I can accompany her through that last stage in her life. My mom is very important to me, and I'm so glad I can be there, because I know not everyone can do that, and I feel very privileged that I, at this moment in my life, have the opportunity to do it. And I do want to take that opportunity. But I do want to set up a proper routine now, and also once she's gone. A work routine, that I get up at a certain time and start working at a certain time, take a break, etc. I think this is super important, especially as someone who is self-employed. The next thing is that I want to set up a schedule that works for me. I think I'm close to achieving that. I do have a method now that seems to work for me. I have a simple Excel file, and apparently that's all I need. And I do want to try and follow that schedule. Funnily, this is something I saw when I watched a BookTube video. BookTuber was talking about and showing his schedule, and just, randomly in a vlog. And I watched him doing that, and I was like, oh my God, that's so smart. It's so simple. And it's so easy, but it's so simple to maintain it as well. And it's simple to follow. And I do not need to have like 100 steps in between. And I think this is something I want to try this year and see if I can actually follow through. The last goal is that I want to update my Insta and Facebook regularly. And I picked these two because these are the two social media I currently have the most followers on, and where I already have a little bit of not really a routine, but I post semi-regularly. And I want to try and update these accounts regularly. Why is that so hard to pronounce? I'm not sure if I should come up with a specific number, 3 times a week or something. I'm not sure if numbers work for me. They haven't worked last year. But I want to say, regular. And I think this will help me to connect with my readers and them to connect with me. And I think this will all be a good thing. So much for writing goals. I have a few reading goals as well. I want to read 50 books a year, which I'm pretty sure I will achieve. I can read pretty fast. So I think this is achievable. It's not too much. I'm pretty sure I might be going over that goal, but that's fine. My second goal for reading is to read my existing physical and digital shelf and just read what I own instead of buying anything. I'm sure I will still buy books because, ebook deals, and I might be walking past a bookstore, you know the problem. But I still want to focus on reading my existing TBR. And the third goal I have is I want to participate in a few challenges. I'm definitely going to participate in the ABC challenge, which is super simple and everyone does every year. But I also want to do one of these challenges that motivates me to read more diverse, as in, authors, pick and branch out a little bit. I think I might be doing that already, just subconsciously, but I really want to focus a little bit on it and maybe read authors from other countries and, translated books, etc. Living goals I have is, and these I try to keep very simple. I do not set the goal to lose weight or do this or that because I never stick to them. And I think we all know that the typical New Year goals usually don't stick with people for a reason. My first goal is I want to decorate my place, my apartment, and make it all more cozy. So actually I'm starting with this step today because a friend is going to visit and we're going to set up a second shelf and a little cupboard thingy. Then the second goal I have is I want to pick a second hobby, a new activity related hobby, something that will force me to go out. I really need that. I'm spending way too much time inside. I need to get out more. And I was actually thinking about taking up bouldering. Is that the same? Do you use the same word in English? Basically, I mean climbing, just in an indoor hole. I think this would be fun. I imagine it being fun. And I cannot come with anything else I would actually like to try. And so why not the one thing I actually want to try? The third goal is that I want to cook more. At the moment, I'm living off bread and ham and, what I can grab. And this is not really healthy, and I'm noticing it already because my nails have gone really bad. My skin is not too good. Yeah, I want to try and do some more cooking again. And the last goal for the living goals, but also for this video altogether, is I want to enjoy the holidays and make the best out of them. This might sound like a weird goal, but I have been struggling a lot the last couple of years. My mom has been very ill. My father is a very difficult person. But I have decided for myself I need to make the holidays work for me and not have them just, rush past me. I'm a person who oftentimes somehow thinks or lives too much in the past or the future and not so much in today. And I want to try to focus more on today or this moment. I think I really need to do that. I have anxiety. So this is the reason why I'm constantly also thinking about the past and worrying about the future. And I really need to focus on what's today instead of constantly worrying. Like, it's so exhausting. There are days I'm so tired and exhausted by my own brain for constantly circling around my worries. And then my OCD kicks in, which makes it even worse. Like, who asked you to come in a pair of two? Who asked my OCD to go hand in hand with my anxiety? So I really want to try and live more in the moment. And I really hope I will be able to do that. This is it for today's video, for my goal video. I will check in with you in a year and review this video with you and see how many goals I actually achieved. Well, until then, I see you in the next video. Bye!